Hey you guys, I want to share with you some fun facts about the Oz Museum, the Wizard of Oz Museum in somewhere in Kansas. There's some bubble gum I'm chewing today, by the way. Double bubble gum. And I was going through my email and cleaning out the junk mail, spam junk mail. And there was a thing from email from Roadside America.com, and I'll post the information in the description box below. This is such a cool little website. It's all about attractions and little places of interest all throughout the United States of America. And I saw this one thing caught my fancy, the Oz Museum. Did you guys even know there was a Wizard of Oz Museum? It's in Kansas. Wamego, Kansas. I think it's pronounced Wamego, but if you guys know the correct pronunciation of that town, let me know, please. So let's read about this little museum, like little fun facts, and have some fun with this. I'm feeling Christmassy. Christmas is almost here. I don't know why, but Wizard of Oz is one of those fun movies I like to watch around holiday times. I don't know why. The Oz Museum in Wamego, Kansas. At the end of the world's most popular movie, Dorothy chose grim, tornado-based Kansas over the magical Technicolor Oz. Kansas has gradually come to embrace Dorothy's endorsement, and the Oz Museum is a way to give it a respectability that only a museum can. If you're from Kansas, you're always asked, how's Dorothy and Toto doing? Said an Oz Museum operation manager, Kimberly Shepard. There needed to be an Oz Museum somewhere in the state of Kansas. I agree. If there's going to be a museum, it has to be in Kansas, not Hollywood. Opened in 2003, the museum was built to house the Oz artifacts of Wamego collector Todd Macon. But Todd's memorabilia was only on loan for 5 years, and the museum faced an uncertain future. Then, by a stroke of luck, according to Executive Director Clint Steve, the museum was contacted by a Franciscan monk. Of all things, a Franciscan monk, that is too funny, named John Paul Cafaro. He knew about the museum and innocently wondered if it would like to display his Oz collection as well, which turned out to be much larger than the one the museum was losing. Okay, is this for real? If you're a monk, a Franciscan monk, don't you have like a life of poverty and silence? But here he's got this ginormous Wizard of all things, Wizard of Oz collection. Aren't wizards like completely the opposite of the focus of a monk? Oh my goodness. Something doesn't sound right here. Okay, well, they have a picture. You go to the website link. There's a picture of the flying monkeys. The original flying monkey is surprisingly tiny and it's a great rarity. So I guess they have that on display at the museum. Then this other picture says, Glinda, the Good Witch, wears skyscraper crown, and she carries a wand that seems suited for witch stick fighting. So they've got like a little statue of her. The Oz Museum now has the largest permanent public display of Oz artifacts in the world, and it's in a town of less than 5,000 people. Are any of you guys from Kansas, or have any of you guys been there? You have to let me know. Visitors enter through a lobby that's monochrome, not in color, like Kansas in the 1939 movie. You pay admission through Dorothy's brown farmhouse window. Open the sepia-colored screen door and emerge into dazzling Munchkin land with the colorful feet of the dead wicked witch sticking out from under the other side of the house. Oh, how cool is that? I'm getting goosebumps. I love this movie. If you're wondering how an entire museum could be filled with paraphernalia from a 1939 movie, then you do not know Oz. It was a popular book series and marketing bonanza long before Judy Garland walked the yellow brick road. See, I did not know that. In fact, 99% of the movies I watch, I never know that there's a book out or it's been a book series, and I go and watch the movie, and then I realize I missed out on the movie because I didn't know the book story. But so anyways, I often overhear visitors saying, I didn't know it was a book, said Clint. It was the Harry Potter of its day. L. Frank Baum wrote 14 Oz novels before he died, and dozens more followed from other authors. Oz characters that failed to make it into the 1939 film have been forgotten, but visitors to the Oz Museum can still see former stars such as the Woogie Bug and Pumpkinhead. Oh my goodness, isn't there a spooky movie called Pumpkinhead? Oh my goodness, yeah, I did not know any of this. This is fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Display cabinets are crammed with chronological memorabilia. Oh my goodness. I would love that place. From Baum's first editions of Modern Oz spin-offs, along with Judy Garland's 1922 birth certificate. Oh my goodness. And foreign versions of the book, such as Les Magiciens d'Oz and Der Wizard in Ozland. Flat screen monitors play Oz documentaries. An Art Deco mini theater shows the film continuously with the hand and footprints of elderly munchkins pressed into cement slabs. How cool is that? The museum's shelves also showcase more than a century of Oz merchandise. So that's more than 100 years old. Merchandise, toys, dolls, cookie jars, figurines, ornaments. Oh, I would love to have a vintage Wizard of Oz ornament. Board games, snow globes, clocks, puppets, plates, coloring books, Halloween masks, lunchboxes. A display of Oz peanut butter contains one jar that's never been opened. I am in memorabilia heaven. I would love to go there. It's probably still edible, said Clint. People always said it tasted like glue. But it's a 1939 MGM musical that most people associate with Oz, and the museum's 4 galleries follow the narrative of the movie with life-size statue of its main characters along the way. Museum Rarities from the film include Munchkin costumes, oh my goodness, a swatch of Dorothy's gingham dress, the movie's muslin tornado, and 2 of only 4 surviving rubber and pipe cleaner flying monkeys. Clint confesses that the skyrocketing prices of some of these classic artifacts would be beyond his budget nowadays. The ruby slippers, for example, Clint said that even if the museum had one of the half-dozen original pairs, probably couldn't afford the insurance to display them. Oh my goodness. The Oz Museum is Kansas's way of overcoming the killer cyclones and Dust Bowl farms so vividly depicted in the movie. Hoping that fans will come to Wamego and have their perceptions change. The sentiment that I get from most of our visitors is that Kansas is much better than they expected, said Clint. Kimberly added, visitors from other countries are rarely shocked. They say, wow, Kansas is so green. And I say, yes, we're not brown. That's funny. It's located on Lincoln Avenue in Wamego, Kansas, the Oz Museum. They're open Monday through Saturday, like 10 to 5, and Sundays from 12 to 5. But they say to call to verify that they're open, just in case. They have a phone number. Admission is $8 for adults. And it has 4 stars out of 5. Let's see. What else do they say about the Oz Museum? Oh, here's a review. Wait a minute. These might be like a few little reviews. What does this say? Thousands of Wizard of Oz artifacts help cement the everlasting association of the Over the Rainbow and Kansas. Several now-dead munchkins have left handprints and footprints outside and inside the museum. Here's a visitor said, a cool little stop and not far from off the road to check it out. The museum displays roughly 2,000 artifacts and features life-size dioramas of all the major characters in the film, from dead witches to flying monkeys. And there's also a booth where you can stand and be buffeted by tornado force winds. Oh my goodness. Or something else. Oh, it's a 10-mile detour off Interstate 70, easy to find. And here's the little blurb. A new museum. When the museum first opened in 2010, they wrote a little thing that says a new museum in Wamego cashes in on the everlasting association of Kansas with the 1939 film Wizard of Oz, funded in part by a state tourism bureau grant. The museum displays a large collection of memorabilia, and Kansas has renamed a highway that leads to Wamego, and they renamed the highway the Road to Oz. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was fun, you guys. I think you'll enjoy this little website, roadsideamerica.com.